Care TV is the self-care network for caregivers. Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Dan Gurgic, and as a personal trainer, health coach, and nutrition guide, I found myself working with a unique niche of people that I refer to as caregivers. These are leaders within their family units, all the way to leaders within the workplace. Caregivers constantly pour themselves into those they love. And these loved ones can be family, friends, work teams, high emotional partnerships that companies and households stand on. These relationships hold us accountable and provide us with our purpose while ultimately fulfilling our passion. Caregivers serve others, and we give of our energy and emotions to ensure those around us have everything they need to thrive. What caregivers don't often have time for is taking care of their own self. The challenge is there's very little energy left at the end of a long day taking care of everything for everyone else to then also take care of myself. Boof. I'm with you. You see, I was raised by caregivers and by trait became one myself. And what I love about caring for others is that it actually fills my bucket when I do. The downside is you can't really turn it off. You see, you can't choose when you want to care. You always have to be open and able to provide whatever your team and your family unit need. Always caring for others leads to an emotional drain, which then becomes a physical drain. And this physical and emotional drain needs to be tended to because that's your health. Otherwise, it starts to break down. Some of us faster than others, but our habits dictate that. And that's where I come in. I spent the last 15 years trying to juggle taking care of others within my family and the teams and relationships I was a part of, while also trying to take care of myself and progress my body as a stage and screen actor. You see, to be a performer, you need your body operating at a high level and ready for action always. The problem was my habits did not back up the demand I was putting on my body, and it started to break down. I knew that what I was going to try to accomplish, I was going to need some training and better understanding of how to take care of myself. So instead of hiring a personal trainer to learn best practices and training my body, you see, I never had much luck with those guys at the gym I frequented. So at this point in my life, I decided I would use the opportunity and learn this information for myself, turn it into a way to sustain my life while pursuing my acting career. And what I came out with on the other side of that 4-year journey was a lot of tools, methods, and principles. But now it was up to me to come up with a system to implement these tools and methods and principles into my life and make them all work for me on a daily basis. The most challenging part of change is the doing part. Researching, turns out, is pretty easy. Thus, the spark of the self-care system. You see, there is no one thing in the fitness and health world that will change you. You must implement many things and understand the relationship you have with taking care of yourself, your vehicle. We often neglect our vehicle. This is a system that has not only worked for me over the past few years, but it has changed the lives of those I have worked with, giving my clients back the power they once had over their bodies. In their hips, for example. After having her first hip surgery due to years of adventure skiing, hiking, competing in track and field, and absolutely living her life, my client Sue had another issue that had more immediate attention to her care. At the same time she was dealing with her hip surgery, she had also been dealing with her son's recent cancer diagnosis and treatments that soon followed. And as any mother would, Sue spent years neglecting her own self-care to provide the best care for her family. Her hip was in a pretty rough place, and the other one was on its way to needing replacement. Well, Sue came to me, and we were able to rehab her hip the one that was the new hip, and we got it back. We gained back strength and mobility, and she was relatively pain-free, except now she ended up needing to have surgery on the other hip. So she's got 2 new hips and now knows how to train them to keep them feeling young with the help of the self-care system. These tools, methods, and principles Sue put into her life gave her the ability to change her future, to be able to play with her grandkids outside and enjoy hikes. Now with her son in recovery, they're both back in the front row of her absolute favorite, the Grateful Dead concerts. This system is for the physical body, but it directly affects the emotional body, taking care of you the way that you take care of others. Care TV is here to serve you, to guide you on your learning, on how to implement the system into your life today. Without knowing there's an expectation, you have no bar to measure your progress. And this system is a set of standards that holds you accountable daily, weekly, and monthly in practices such as nutrition, recovery, mobility, breath, posture, coordination, balance, and strength, progressing you through life, not just a 4-week transformation. Life is a long journey, and no Band-Aid program of before and after photos is going to make you better. You must address the whole self along the journey of life. The most complicated and deepest relationship you will/can have is the one with yourself. We pilot the ship, but we also need to take care of the ship. Care TV is your self-care network. Self-care is your health care until there's an emergency. So don't wait till there's an emergency to start caring about your health. Care, just a little, every day. A little bit of care for your health is all it takes, and a little bit of caring goes a long way. If you're interested in learning more about the system and you want to download the cheat sheet and start today, head on over to theselfcaresystem.net and download the cheat sheet now. There's a link that'll be in the descriptions below. Go ahead and click that link, and then hit the notified subscription button and be notified when another video drops here on Care TV. Thank you for tuning in. Yours in caregiving, Dan.